for some reason on my Instagram feed, it has been you and talking about the 2017 World Series and the whole run and everything that happened, right? And you're the first guy I've seen talk about it on that team. Like, there hasn't been one other guy bring it up. And you have your opinion of why Mike Fiers did it and why. But to me, I just want to give you kudos for talking about it. Like, whatever you want to say on here is great, but you're the only guy I've seen even met. Like, no, everyone else, like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. So thank you for saying something. Yeah. I don't know Mike Fiers. I know you from playing against you. But, like, thank you for saying something about it, because at least now we kind of have an idea what was going on. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's public knowledge. So, I mean, at this point, it's not something that I'm trying to run away from. And it's a part of us as players. You know, it's something that happened. So why try to ignore something that happened? And, you know, all these fans and whoever's in listening, commenting, you know, I'll tell you to the day I die, and I did not use it. I'm one of the guys that did not use the system. Me, Altuve, and Tony Kemp are the three guys who didn't even think about using it. And that's not even coming from me as a direct source first. Like, Carlos Correa came out and said it the day after we met with the media that spring training of 2020. So it's not like I'm making stuff up. It's been proven that, you know, people are going to be biased, and I get it. Like, I had over 300 for the only time in my career. I had the highest OPS in my career. Like, all these numbers add up. But yeah, you know what? You know how many fastballs I got hitting between George Springer and Jose Altuve? A lot easier to hit when you get a lot of fastballs with the World Series MVP and the league MVP hitting behind you. So Josh Reddick did not cheat. Josh Reddick did not use it. So you guys can keep talking all the crap you want to out there. It doesn't affect me one bit. I love it. I feed off of it.
All right. So does that affect Carlos Beltran's Hall of Fame status? Because in my opinion, it probably wasn't the first time he ever did it, but he's still a really good player. So should people be up in arms about that kind of stuff?
No, I mean, I don't think so. If anybody knows how great of a human being Carlos Beltrán is anyway, you're rooting for him and you're cheering for him, and he obviously deserves that. And something like this can't, in my opinion, can't be a red flag for something like that. Just like, you know, you look at the guys like the Bonds, the Roger Clemens, and all these guys, like, it's kind of the same category when you look into it. Like, you know, there's that what if factor and this little, you know, etch on their career. But you know what? It doesn't take away the fact that the numbers they put up even before that, and you can't really let 1 year or 2 years solidify that, because this guy had a Hall of Fame career before this was even talked about. And, you know, this was something at the end of his career before he was, or after he was out of his prime and did miraculous things that, you know, players have dreamed about doing in their career. So no, I don't think so.
All right. So then Jose Altuve, we have a lot of Yankee fans that work here. So wait, Jose Altuve didn't have a wire on him buzzing his chest. I mean,
come on.
That is the most ridiculous. Listen, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. So, I mean, if he did, gosh, that's awesome. But I can't believe it. And he would be the only one? Like, gosh, dang, that's unbelievable.
Guys,
but
anyway. And it sounds crazy, but if you've ever seen this tattoo that he had on his chest, it was the worst tattoo I've ever seen done. And so that was one reason he didn't take it. And his wife didn't appreciate the tattoo anyway and didn't want him showing his chest. So he respected her wishes of not, you know, being half naked out there. For me, I probably would have ripped everything off if I'm looking at it. You know, I hit that ball like that, I probably don't come around home plate but nothing but sliders on. So credit to him for, you know, keeping it real and keeping his emotions. But a buzzer, guys, come on. Everybody listening, Yankees, you get beat by them every year you're in the postseason. Let it go.
I like it. All right, last thing on this, and then we're going to go to something else that you've also brought up. But Mike Fiers was the guy who did it. Why? I mean, I've seen what you said about losing his rotation spot, but has any of your 2017 team actually asked him? Does anybody still speak to him? I mean, because there's an old saying in baseball, is, you know, what happens in the clubhouse stays in the clubhouse. Yeah. You know, we all know that, but things get out, things get leaked, whatever. But has anyone actually talked to Mike Fiers and said, why, dude?
I mean, I haven't. He was not a guy I talked to anyway when I was at the field. We weren't on the best of terms when I signed there. Didn't really appreciate him before, and then he showed his true colors when the Justin Verlander trade happened. But no, I don't know if anybody really truly did ask him, and if they did, they didn't tell me or other people about it. So will we ever know why he did it? No, he'll probably never admit that. But, you know, when you play with a guy and you see the things that are said in text conversations, about acquiring the best pitcher in baseball. It's kind of upsetting when you're trying to go out there and win it all, and you're already one of the better teams in baseball, and then you get a guy like Justin Verlander to your rotation. You're getting mad about it. Like I've told this story many a times, and I tell my friends and guys, like, look, if I could compare that, it'd be like somebody like me losing their job to Mike Trout in his prime, and I'd be like, I'm gonna be mad about that. Like, bro, go get me a World Series ring. I'm good. Like, I'll be the man top step high-fiving you every time you go deep. Like,
yeah.
What? What are we doing? Like, be a team. That's just not a team guy. Like, that's just not being a team guy. And like you said, that's a brotherhood that you've not only broken, former teammates' trust, you're broken guys that don't even know you or played against you's trust. Like, it's just not just – so I hope he's happy he did it. I don't know if he's – what he's doing nowadays, but, good for him. I guess he can sleep better at night.
Yeah, whatever. All right, so now you fired up Yankee fans. You got Houston fans fired up. Now we're going to go to the Dodgers. All right,
let's do it.
You said
All
Yamamoto. Yamamoto wasn't worth it. Every Dodger fan in our chat is ask Reddick if Yamamoto was worth it now. Like, nobody knew what this guy was going to be, so you gave your opinion. Nope. We all give our opinion. We're wrong sometimes.
We are.
I've been wrong.
We are.
So
I'd say it tomorrow if somebody else signed for that much money. But you know what? I was wrong on this one. I've said it on our podcast with Chandler and Tyler Stafford. So it's like, I've said it, but you know what? Here it is. I was wrong. Like you said, it's an opinion. I had it. Opinion was wrong for that time. He's obviously a very, very, very talented pitcher. We saw what he could do in the postseason. We saw what he could do in the regular season. So I tip my cap to him. He's obviously very good. I was wrong. Dodgers fans. Do I apologize? Probably not. But good for him. He's a great pitcher. I'm glad I don't have to face him because that splitter is terrifying. And good for he had a fantastic World Series, man. Even with my opinion being wrong, it was so fun to watch him put on the show.
With what he did in this World Series, because last year he was hurt for part of the year, is the contract worth it? We always have this question. And is the $325 million for 12 years, I think. Scott will remind me if I'm wrong, but is it worth it if this series sets him back? Or, this just the one good year, one World Series championship. I know he won
that is the money. Yeah.
That's the both sides of thing where things are still funny because it's such a long-term contract. Is this 1 year going to be everything he's got in the tank? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and find out. But if you're looking at a Dodgers team who has no problem spending this money, deferring this money, which I love, by the way, I will say that Dodgers aren't ruining baseball. I love it. If you want to win, go pay for the win. Anyway, so if it's 3 years from now and he's even not 3/4 of what he was now, like absolutely 100% worth it. But if I'm the Dodgers, 1 year of this for what he's done for that ball club is already worth it to me because we're not worried about money. We're going to find our ways to win. And I feel like this is something that if they can manage his breaks like they've done that year and then use him like they did in the postseason, he's obviously got that dog in him. We saw that. But, rest him up and do right with pitching in the regular season because that lineup's going to give you a pretty good run support more often than they're not going to. So he should have plenty of rest to be able to do this year in, year out, and make it at some point, hopefully at one point for them, an underpay for them. That's what they're kind of hoping for. If he can continue to do this, it's going to be an underpay for what they got out of him.